Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel for part 2 of Money Talk and Clean with me. As you can see, I'm sitting down. This is my little break. I just recorded another 10-minute part of this video and I forgot to turn my little microphone on. So it didn't pick up the audio, of course, content creator problems, right? But I just wanted to wrap up that video as I was kind of cleaning and chatting and talking about what we're doing to prepare for an economic crisis, a potential one. We just have the mindset going in as better to need it and not have it than better to have it and not need it, right? And so we are just really beefing up our savings, really cutting back on expenses or frivolous expenses, right? And overspending, extra spending. We are being mindful around the home. One thing I said in my video that didn't get the audio was that I do have a garden, and oftentimes people can make a hobby as free or cheap or expensive as they want it, right? And one thing I see on social media all the time is how much money people put into gardening, and it really don't take all of that. My grandfather had a backyard garden, and so I seen all the scrappy and crafty and thrifty and frugal ways that he maintained a beautiful garden for pennies on the dollar. And that's what I do with my garden. Like, my garden is not an outdoor space for interior, like an outdoor interior space, right? Like, that's not the purpose of my garden. I do want to beautify my garden, but I will do that slowly with things that I get for free or cheap or a really good price. But my goal in my garden is to feed me and my family, right? I got a husband and 3.5 kids, almost 4 kids, right? I give birth in a month. And so my goal is not to spend a lot on fertilizer, spend a lot on soil, spend a lot on all the different little accessories that comes with being in a capitalistic society and them targeting gardeners and backyard gardeners and homesteaders and things like that. Don't fall into the trap. It don't take all that. All to grow some food, all you need is the seed, some dirt, water, and sunshine. That's it. And probably some protection from animals getting it, right? But be frugal, be mindful, be intentional about how you're growing. Get on YouTube and find free and cheap ways to maintain a backyard garden or maintain a patio garden or a container garden or whatever it is that you're doing. Don't allow your hobbies to just run up your bill. That is not the name of the game, or run up your expenses and take money out of your savings. You're supposed to be saving money by getting a garden, and being a homesteader, not spending extra money, right? Which leads me to really cooking at home. During my pregnancy, like I said in the first video, this pregnancy, I have just been repulsed by food to where I barely cooked, but I still bought stuff for the home where the kids can make their own meals. My oldest, she's really been cooking. She learned how to really perfect her salmon and rice that she likes to eat. She's an athlete. My youngest, the other day, she was cooking grits, right? Like, she's making grilled cheese sandwiches. And at the end of the day, that is a good thing, because we need to phase ourselves out of a job. One thing a mother mentor of mine told me, we need to phase ourselves out of a job. And so when our kids become teenagers, they should be cooking more. They should be cleaning. They should be maintaining their rooms. They should be doing all the things that they will be doing in adulthood. And we teach them. So we help them create a daily schedule, help them get a planner and get to writing in their planner, help them utilize to-do lists, help them plan out their week to where, okay, this is my day to do my laundry, this is my day to cook, this is my day to meal prep. My daughter meal preps all her lunch meals, right? We have to teach them. This is a training ground in our household, right? We have to teach them how to manage money, teach them how to budget, teach them how to be mindful of their spending, right? Mindful of their time, mindful of their personal self-care and grooming, all these things. Like, as parents, that is our job, right? So while we're in this economic downturn and recession, teach them how to be crafty and scrappy and frugal and mindful and resourceful. just like our grandparents and our parents and great grandparents did. I know for me, I grew up in a 2-parent household, but a lot of the times I was always at my grandmother's house. And so I learned how to be frugal. I learned how to thrift and find nice things for a really low price. I learned how to keep my laundry down and not let it pile up. I learned how to keep a tidy kitchen all day, every day. Like, I've learned those things, how to keep a tidy home, how to be hospitable, how to manage money, whether you are in feast or in famine. Because the Bible says in Ecclesiastes that it's a time for everything under the sun, and a time for feast and a time for famine. Either the Bible is a lie or it's the truth, one or the other, right? And so we have to be mindful and move and operate with the times. We have to go with the flow, right? So if we are in a season where things need to be a little bit more reeled in, a little bit more structured, a little bit more tight, we have to be mindful of the times and do that. And then there's a time for feasting where things can be a little bit more looser. You can be a little bit more relaxed. This is probably not the season for that, right? So just be mindful of the season that you're in, the economic season that we're in, the financial season that you're in personally for your household, what's going on in your household. All those different things plays a part in how well you survive or thrive